How to Be a Grandmother, Your Step-by-Step Guide to Grandmothering. Written by HowExpert Press. Narrated by Ginger Roll. Chapter 1. What You Need to Be a Good Grandmother. Back in the 1950s, it was easy to be a good grandmother. Extended families lived close together, sometimes in the same house, and the children grew up accepting their grandparents usually from birth. Fast forward to present day, and the situation is totally different. Too often now, grandparents only see their grandchildren on special occasions or summer holidays. Reasons grandparents have less frequent contacts with grandchildren. Geographical distance. The adult children move away from the area they were born in while their parents stay on. Economics. It is more expensive to travel now than it was. Time. In many cases, both parents work up to 7 days a week and just don't have the time for relaxed family visits. Dysfunction within the family. Unfortunately, due to changes in society, some adult children just don't want to spend time with their parents, and it is their children that do miss out on the possible relationship they could have with their grandparents. This is why it is really important that when you do get to spend time with your grandchildren, that you want to make it as memorable a time as possible. Children benefit from a relationship with their grandparents in so many ways. They learn about skills that their parents have either forgotten about or don't have the time to teach them. They get to spend time with a loving family member who has the time to play with them. They learn the gentle art of respecting their elders, which is always a good thing. They learn about different perspectives. Older people are really interesting. These things are all really important to the developing child. But because many grandparents are distanced from their grandchildren and might only see them a couple of times a year, they often forget that it is the little things that will make those visits a success. So what do you need to be a good grandmother? How to be a good grandmother. Tips. It is not hard to be a good grandmother. You just need to think about things from the perspective of your grandchildren, rather than from your own. Remember, the most positive thing about being a grandmother is that you don't have to do the parent's job. You don't have to be that responsible for their moral upbringing, or for making sure they eat the right foods. That is what parents are for. So this gives you the freedom to relax and be yourself around your grandchildren. Here is a short list of the things you will need. Time, patience, a child-proof home, some basic items for crafts and activities, listening skills, lots of love and cuddles to spare. Why are these things important? Small children need a place where they can relax, explore, and have fun. To be a good grandmother that will be remembered fondly when your grandchildren are grown, you need to take the time to have a relationship with each of your grandchildren, one that is unique and special. So let's go over the things in the list above. The first thing you need is time. When you know your grandchildren are coming to visit, make sure that you don't have anything important to do. You want to spend every moment you can with your young ones. Only do the bare minimum of chores and have some things prepared for you and your grandchildren to do. Patience is also really important. When you were a parent yourself, you would have been really busy and probably didn't take the time to listen to your children's stories about what they did during the day or what Billy from down the road was doing. But as a grandmother, you can take all of the time you need. Try and make your home as child-proof as possible. You want your grandchildren to have a happy time, not be stressing about food crumbs on the floor or the children touching things they shouldn't. I know that many people believe that children should be taught not to touch and that breakables should not be put out of reach. But honestly, it is far better for both you and your grandchildren if your precious pieces are put away. And if you are worried about mess and spills, then buy up a stock of carpet stain removers and put some rugs or covers on the floor. Celia, who has 7 grandchildren aged from 6 months to 6 years old, knows how important it is for her grandchildren to feel comfortable in her home. When I know that my grandchildren are coming, I move all my glass objects into a cupboard where they can't be seen or touched. I fill the spaces left by these items with toys and children's books. I never worry about the carpet. I have a huge rug that covers the floor that I get cleaned when needed. And in the summer I make a game when having lunch or snacks by having it all outside. The reason Celia does this is because she remembers when she used to visit her own grandparents. She was always terrified of doing something wrong, spilling her drink, dropping crumbs on the floor, tracking mud in from outside. I didn't want my grandchildren to feel bad or nervous about coming to see me, so I make the place as much fun as possible for them. Another part of helping your grandchildren feel relaxed and happy being with you is to have things on hand that you can make things out of. You don't need anything fancy. Some old material scraps if you like sewing things, baking ingredients in the pantry, some buttons, paper bits, and glue for cards and fancy pictures. Also, go around some yard sales and second-hand shops and buy up some cheap little toys. Some children's books so you can read to them, and old magazines are perfect for cutting out and making collages with on a rainy day. Listening skills are important too. It is a sad fact that in our busy society, most young people don't get listened to. They are told things like, "Not now, I'm busy." "I don't believe you. Stop talking nonsense." "Tell me about it later." "I haven't got time to listen to your ramblings. Have you done your homework?" Those statements and others like them can be really damaging to a developing child's self-esteem. If they grow up in an environment where they are not listened to, then they never appreciate the value of what they know. So listening to your grandchildren is one of the most amazing gifts you can give them, no matter what they are saying. Remember, you don't have to parent them. You just have to be present for them. Finally, there is loving and hugs and cuddles. Don't underestimate the value of giving affection to your grandchildren. If they come up for a cuddle, then give them one. There is a good chance their parents are too busy to do this at home. And there is nothing more precious than a hug with your grandchildren. All too soon, they grow up and don't want you to come near them. In the next section, we are going to look at some tips to help you bond with a reluctant child, the one who doesn't see you that often and is nervous or shy around you.